There are memories racing through your mind. They are not yours.
Just to be sure, there's a spoiler. The Wheel of Time Season 3 finale confirmed that not one, but two mystical races occupy the show's world. After multiple episodes of buildup, the final episode of the season finally explained the mystery of why Min Farshaw had a viewing of Matt hanging from a rope in the Wheel of Time. As it turns out, his near-death experience was a consequence of one of the three wishes Matt made to the Aelfinn in the Chamber of Bonds. The reveal was book-accurate but surprising all the same, due in large part to the lack of setup for the Eelfinn. The scene of Matt meeting the Eelfinn is heavily inspired by what Matt went through in the city of Rhuidean in The Shadow Rising. It's a pivotal moment, not because of the impact it ultimately has on Matt's overarching story, but also because of the massive contributions it makes to the wider lore. Interestingly, though, the Eelfinn weren't the first otherworldly beings to show up in the source material. The first was actually the Aelfinn. But though the Wheel of Time pushed back their introduction, it's worth noting that they are indeed around.
What is your need?
Welcome to Movie Spy. The Wheel of Time confirms the Aelfinn are canon. The Wheel of Time didn't cut the snake people. In the opening sequence of the Wheel of Time Season 3 finale, Elida is shown stepping through a red terangrial doorway similar to the one Matt used later in the episode. But that doesn't mean she made contact with the same character Matt interacted with. The subtitles for the episode confirm that when Alviren asks her about what happened, the name she uses is Aelfinn, not Eelfinn. In Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time books, the Aelfinn are the counterparts of the Eelfinn. The two races are collectively referred to as the snakes and the foxes. This description alone provides an idea of what to expect from the Aelfinn if and when they make their live-action debut. Just as the Eelfinn have the physical attributes of a fox, the Aelfinn resemble snakes. Both the Aelfinn and the Eelfinn live in their own interconnected dimensions, accessed by the red terangrial doorways. Thanks to the finale, it's now known that people can contact the Eelfinn from Tanchico and the Aelfinn from Tarvalon. The Aelfinn answer three questions about the future. They didn't make Elida the Merlin's seat but likely advised her on how to get the title. The exchange between Alviren and Elida teases the abilities of the Aelfinn, which differ from the powers of the Eelfinn. In the episode, Alviren asks Elida, "What did the Aelfinn promise you?" To which Elida responds, "The Merlin seat itself."
What did the Aelfinn promise you?
The Amelin seat.
While Suan getting what she wants at the end of the episode may indicate that the powers of the Aelfinn and the Eelfinn have the same function, it's important to note that the Aelfinn only reveal what the future brings. They don't grant wishes like the Eelfinn do. Whereas the Eelfinn are to be asked 3 wishes, the Aelfinn are to be asked 3 questions about the future. For instance, Matt asked the Aelfinn if he should return to the 2 rivers in The Shadow Rising. The Aelfinn, being able to see where Matt's path would take him, instructed him to go to Rhuidean instead. Heeding their advice and going to Rhuidean is what allowed Matt to meet the Eelfinn and subsequently gain the memories of ancient military generals and the silver foxhead medallion that blocks weaves of the One Power. The Aelfinn generally don't provide much information, which can sometimes lead to their answers sounding like riddles. However, people can use their remaining questions to get clarification on the original answer. Matt used his second question to find out why it was important that he go to Rhuidean in the Wheel of Time. Also, it's important that all 3 questions get asked, as people aren't able to leave the realm of the Aelfinn until every answer has been given, which isn't unlike the way things work with the Eelfinn and their 3 wishes. As for how it works, it's worth noting that their ability to see the future isn't akin to what Min does, as they don't receive viewings. Instead, they identify what will happen in the future by reading the pattern. When asked a question about what the future holds by a particular person, they use their powers to see where their thread leads in the pattern. Doing this allows them to soak up the experiences of the person whose future they're reading, hence why they provide this service in the first place. To the Aelfinn, what they offer is more of a trade than a true gift. Why Alviren said that some Aes Sedai don't return after seeing the Aelfinn. Asking questions of the Aelfinn comes with a huge risk. How these requests work ties in closely with Alviren's ominous remarks about the potential cost of entering the red terangrial doorway. The mysterious Alviren reminded Elida, "Too many of our sisters have entered that doorway and never returned." This comment references the complexities that come with asking questions of the Aelfinn. They have to be phrased very specifically and with a great deal of caution. It's mentioned in the books that the Aelfinn will punish those who ask questions they deem meaningless. Certain subjects also have to be avoided, such as the Dark One. It's understood in the novels that for unknown reasons, asking a question about anything related to the Dark One can potentially result in a person losing their mind or even death. That makes sense of Alviren's statement about Aes Sedai not returning. Given that fighting the shadow is a big part of their modus operandi, it's not surprising that many of their questions would relate in some way to the Dark One. What the Wheel of Time's Aelfinn reference could mean for the story. The Wheel of Time now has an easy way to introduce the Aelfinn. As it stands, it's unclear when the show will make the Aelfinn more than just an Easter egg. But their significance to the books and their connection to Elida, which is original to the show, does offer credence to the idea that they'll appear eventually. With the doorway to their realm having a known location in Tar Valon being a consistent setting in the series, it's not hard to imagine Elida or perhaps a different Aes Sedai, such as Moraine or Varen, feeling compelled to ask the Aelfinn about the future in an upcoming season of The Wheel of Time. Thanks for watching.